So recently my friend Koi has retired and quit, but she has left me with the entire Koi lore, which is incredible and super nice from her, but with her gone and me running out of content and not uploading in 3 fucking weeks, maybe 4, I decided to ask her if I can make a full video on the entire lore, where I basically read it and try my best to figure it out / explain it. But without any more distracting, let's get into the video. I should also note, Cow can't really read and nor can he write, because sometimes he just confuses stuff and there's a lot of mistakes, and I'm gonna try my best to figure out the mistakes that I made, but I can't promise anything. But now let's actually get into the video and / the lore. Koi is a child with a rather tragic / sad backstory, being bullied and mentally torn apart by her classmates, which not shockingly caused Koi to basically isolate herself and not talk to anyone in her class, and not to mention her neglecting parents. Koi's parents kept neglecting her, going on business trips with her absent parents, shitty classmates, and basically a terrible social life. You can imagine that Koi wasn't the happiest girl out there. What I'm trying to hint at is that Koi basically, most likely, was very depressed. But on the good side, with her parents not really being there, it led to Koi being quite an imaginative and inquisitive person, leading her to create imaginary friends. Her favorite imaginary friends are Art, Rig, and Joy, which you can also see in the Machine F4 group. Koi spent most of her time in her home, and she would grow into the habit of drawing eventually. Also in the script, the script that Koi gave me, she didn't specify that she left school, but later it says she returned to school a week later, so I don't know. I guess she left school and then returned a week later, but who cares, who knows. Anywho, when she returned to school, she realized and remembered how her classmates sucked ass. They were brutal, dude. I don't know what they did, but you'll hear actually what it caused. Returning home, she cried herself to sleep, and then she felt some kind of anger beyond comprehensive control. This anger, this feeling, created the embodiment of hatred and chaos. Brindle. I'll call him BRN. It had the ability to create, and oh boy, it sure did create. It created something called the Void. It created creatures for the Void. It created a labyrinth, or the labyrinth. Then it created Hiref. Now, before I go and continue, I should mention that word, or as I'll call it, Hira, is a Welsh word with no real English translation. The closest I can get to an English translation is homesickness tinged with grief and sadness over the lost or the departed. This may not even have a meaning to it, and I could be looking too much into it, but who cares? Let's continue. Unknowingly, BRN gave Hira the ability to create as well. Now Hira was aware of BRN being an evil bastard, but only after realizing that BRN's evil rampage could lead to the death of the child, aka Koi. So, Hira created a line of defense called the Guardians to stop BRN. I should mention, most of this happened in Koi's brain. Yeah, the BRN thing and the Hira thing created all in her brain. So, fucking imaginative, goddamn. Now back to reality and not Koi's brain, like I said. Koi walking back from home in the snow she got hit by a truck. That caused fatal damage, as you can guess. The driver, being named David, took her to a hospital, where Koi went into a coma. This is where she began dreaming of 4. Now, once this happened, BRN gave Koi a branding, and brandings in this universe are basically powers, I guess. After having this branding, BRN knew Koi's location at all times, and BRN being, of course, the creator of this branding. 2 months into being in 4, Koi has constructed a home for herself and her two creatures. Great English, cow, fucking kill herself. 2 creatures, Peter and Gerald. Now Koi has learned about something called the death consciousness. Basically, in 4, you can't truly die. Koi has previously learned this from being mauled to death from a Komodo dragon looking creature. But whenever you die in 4, you would just wake up in your bed again. Not in the real world, but still stuck in 4. Now, back in reality, Koi's parents filled with guilt, but at least for once they stood by her side. I guess, you know. Sadly for Koi, both her parents and the doctors were losing hope quickly. I don't know if this is too relevant, but Koi's dad is named Lucas and her mom is Leela, and they come from Michigan, same as Koi. We also get introduced to a whole new character, Rico. Now, funnily enough, Rico was played by / controlled by one of my favorite people on this fucking earth, Milo. You guys already know Milo, but let's not get too distracted. Now, Rico saw Koi being bullied and wanted to be friends with her, but being shy and being afraid he'd get made fun of, Rico decided to be a fucking nerd and join the other kids in bullying Koi. Stinky asshole. Now, let's talk more about this Rico guy. So, Rico fell ill not long before the winter break actually. While being sick, he decided to take a nap and, well, kind of fucking died. But when he woke up, come on, cow. But when he woke up in 4, when he killed himself, cowblood. But he woke up 3 days later in 4. Now, interesting fact about 4: waking up in 4 means you have a chance at life. Rico woke up miles away from where Koi woke up, so they didn't meet each other for a long time. Now, some background on this Rico fella. Scavenger doesn't stay in the same place. Has a pet bat monster named Kira. It's a fucking Kira reference. Wields a wooden spear, but he had a toy spear in reality. Likes writing while Koi likes drawing. Now, let's add Koi's background too. Like I've mentioned in Rico's, likes drawing. Has a pet named Gerald and Peter, I guess. This is an unknown species. Gerald bit Koi's eye, causing permanent damage. This doesn't affect Ollie / Sammy, aka, you know, Koi in the real world. And the iron sword that Koi has on her back is from Rowdy. I do not know who this is, but And Keela is the uncanon brother to Koi. And I'm also technically Koi's brother. So is Dazed. Dazed, if you're reading this, hearing this, I fucking love you, by the way. You're the best. Anyways, let's not get too depressed. Shortly after Rico arrived to 4, the creatures of Void gained sentience, a brain of sorts, deciding to build a city that would be named Night City. Koi also then met 2 kids. Ghost kids, actually. Named Lex and Alex. One day they just not appear and they never appeared again. Anyways, Koi realizing, hey shit, I need food to survive. She decided to scour for food, obviously. This went on for 2 days. At this point she meets Rico, and Rico trying to get her attention and failing. So Rico follows Koi around till Koi notices him, and they actually talk. Oh my god, I voice crack. Koi agrees to let Rico live with her, thus creating a new bond. Now Koi and Rico decide to explore the labyrinth together. Deeper they went, darker it got. After returning to the surface, Koi and Rico test the goop for research purposes. The void engulfed any living thing which had a lesser mass than the goop. Ah, fuck. Behind the gate in Valley Corpse, which sadly Koi has forgotten the name of something, the code would have been Umbra for some kind of door, and you would need 3 bones to open it. You need 3 bones to open it completely, and you would need the code, of course. There would be puddles, but it wouldn't be advised to test their depth, because deeper down you'd enter BRN's former corpse, It is giant, rotten, and reeks of death and destruction. You would need to find the skull and get a memory fragment, used to pierce the gates in the upper labyrinth, which in return would finally free poor Koi and Rico. Now, as the few final parts come to this, let's talk about the representatives of what the things are in 4. Void. Bad thoughts. Throughout Koi's life, she would have tons of bad thoughts, making the void and the goop. Upper labyrinth, Hira, guardians. The singularity of good. The guardians and such symbolize Koi's happy thoughts. And thus concludes the story of Koi. So, who's ready for a summary? Oh, you aren't? That's too fucking bad. Koi is a child who growing up had a terrible childhood, with parents who barely spent time with her, classmates who were assholes. With all of this, Koi decided to start making imaginary friends and leaving school. But after a while, realized school is important for you, deciding to come back and regretting the second she came back. Leaving school, crying herself to bed, she woke up angrier than ever. This anger turned into the embodiment of anger, chaos, hatred, which is named Brindol. BRN. Oh, BRN for short. BRN deciding to create stuff. BRN created stuff that represented all of Koi's bad feelings. But in the process created a being called Hyrif, or Hira for short. Hira being the happy thoughts. Of course, this started a war. Hira making an army called the Guardians, which also represent Koi's good thoughts, of course. Now, back in reality, Koi walking back from probably school. On the way from school or someplace, she got hit by a truck being driven by someone named David. David bringing Koi to a hospital, and Koi falling into a coma and awakening in 4 in the same hospital, where she spent around 3 months trying with little to none company until she found a fellow child by the name of Rico. Koi letting Rico live in a home with her. Rico and Koi decide to test the void goop and learning it can consume any living thing that's smaller in mass than the amount of goop. After that, Koi and Rico and probably the player venture deeper into the labyrinth where they would find BRN's old rotten corpse. But after the player would find the skull and memory fragment, Koi and Rico would be freed and return to their normal life. And with that, the myth would end. So, Koi just told me the true ending being that BRN wins, the bad thoughts engulf 4 and everyone in it, killing Sammy, or Ollie, Koi, and Rico. That also being the bad ending. Good ending, on the other hand, is player helps collect memory fragments, helps pierce the gate, creating a bunch more good thoughts, which are enough to get rid of all the void stuff. In the process of cleansing 4, Rico and Koi wake up, their memories are wiped. Final thoughts. I truly believe Koi is one of the best myths I've ever seen, with a pretty nice story, nice personality for Koi, amazing visuals, and just really good. But I'm happy that Koi has quit and is now more relaxed and all. It's most likely way better for her mental health. But still, at least now we know the entire lore. I'm finally done with this shit. Oh my god, this took way too long because I'm a fucking lazy procrastinator. My god. Oh my fucking god, dude. Okay. So, sorry for not uploading. In my defense, I got depressed and really fucking lazy. My god. Holy shit. I am really happy that, I finally made this video, since some people were waiting for this, and lazy fucking cowblock decided, nah, I just won't, fuck you. But it's finally done and dusted now. I don't have to worry about any of this bullshit anymore. Sorry that I didn't upload for like 4 weeks, 3 weeks maybe by the time the video is coming out. Okay, look, these videos take some kind of amount of time. Doesn't help, I have school, and I'm in a relationship right now, and I'm really focusing on that because I wanna be a good boyfriend and not much more of a mess than I already am. Okay, but this is kinda all just excuses, so, you know, I can see why people would just say, Cow, shut the fuck up. You were just lazy. Admit that shit immediately. Because yes, I fucking was, dude. Why why wouldn't I? I've got a life. That's a lie, but fuck you. But you know, I like to do stuff too. I think next video might be a Lethal Company video, not as the usual Lethal Company videos I make, but as a lot different one, really different. Not anything I've made so far, but hey, I also have a Discord server, which I'll leave the, what's it fucking called? Oh, the, fucking hell. I'll leave the goddamn thingamabob where you can join the server, Discord server of course, in the description. The invite link, there, goddamn, I'm fucking, goddamn it man, look, it's not my fault, I'm stupid. But, overall, like I said, this myth is fucking awesome. Yeah, shame that it ended. But god, am I kinda happy that it did end. Because I want to remind you guys, Koi, when she was making this, she barely had any help at all, while also managing school. So imagine you have to manage school, you have to make a myth, you have to have an actual life, and you also have to enjoy life while you're at it too. It's basically a one-man machine. It's a one-man army against so much shit. But hey, at least she's probably mentally better right now. I hope, dude. I hope. That's my final closing thoughts for this outro. Please subscribe and like. I beg you. I need it, dude. Look, it's not my fault. I don't do that many uploads, so you won't get annoyed by notifications. I upload like once a month because I'm fucking stupid. But like, you know, you could still do it. Please. Please. I beg you. Genuinely. My god. Oh my god, thank you though. It's 150 subscribers is amazing for me. Genuinely appreciate it so fucking much. But, you know, the only issue is I kind of feel bad because I didn't, you know, that I can just like abandon this channel a little with only doing like one stream after 3 weeks of not uploading. And I've made a lot of promises that I'm trying to fulfill now. Like that Lethal Company video, yeah! Yeah! Who's excited for a Lethal Company video coming out probably next year? Because you know Cow, he's fucking lazy. But genuinely, like and subscribe, I love you all. Please someone shoot me.